Hello everyone. Am I delusional for wanting to become an airline pilot at 52? Watch this video if you want to learn things to consider, if you also want to revive your dream of flying. So what's the job outlook right now? During the last couple of years, between 2022 and 2024, there has been a massive hire by the airlines, partly due to people wanting to fly more after that infamous pandemic, and partly because of one of those waves in retirement that take place in the cyclical world of aviation. Some say that the rate of airlines hiring pilots has slowed down, but please don't let that deter you from pursuing your dream. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, excuse my accent, overall employment of airline and commercial pilots is projected to grow 5% from 2023 to 2033. About 18,500 openings for airline and commercial pilots are projected each year on average over that decade starting last year. Needless to say, no one knows the future, and big events like 9/11 or the COVID-19 pandemic could take place, and these numbers would then change. But I'm all about staying optimistic and thinking positive here. Back to us, you and I. The way I look at it is I'm almost 53 years old, and I believe that in 2, maximum 3 years, I could have the required 1,500 hours needed to apply to an airline. My goal is to fly for a regional airline. Younger pilots tend to leave the regionals after achieving the experience required to move on to a major airline. This could mean 2, 3, 4 years or longer, depending on the demand. This leaves a nice gap for us, the newer pilots, to become the regional airline's first officers. The advantage of employing us, the older breed of pilots, is that we are more likely to stay with them, the regional companies, for the remainder of our flying careers. In my case, that'd be 10 years if I was to be employed at the age of 55. With this consideration out of the way, what's next? Money. Learning how to fly is not cheap. And in my experience from when I got my private pilot's license 18 years ago, if your flying lessons are spaced out in time, one can become a little rusty, thus taking longer in becoming proficient, which also means having to pay more money in the long run. And this is why I'm looking into personal loans at different banks so I can fund the expenses. Another factor to consider is time. Seniority is important in an airline if you want to eventually be able to choose your vacation slots, your trips, etc. Also, let's be real, if you are in your early 50s like me, time is not on our side, so we better keep moving. Another aspect to take into account is health. As you probably know, in order to become an airline pilot, you need a Class 1 medical exam, which is like a Class 2, but with an EKG in the mix. An EKG is an electrocardiogram which shows the heart rhythm. I'm not going to get into details, but yes, keeping healthy is very important if you want to work as an airline pilot. And here we go. These are the considerations that I've been thinking about when this dream of mine kept me awake at night and I just could not shake it off. The saying goes, it's better to try and fail than to fail to try. Although you and I are going to keep on pushing and take all the steps necessary to get to our goal. No room for failing. Until the next video, we are clear for takeoff, friends. Be well.